people tend to abuse them. That's why you hurt the ones you love. You assume too much with the people that you're closest to. And to change that today, Mark, is to be in the moment with her, is to really participate and be active in your relationship with her, starting today. And you know what? No more alcohol. Because your relationship is a living, breathing organism. And you guys are consuming the same thing. Your household only has one stomach. Your household only has one liver. Now, as individuals, you guys are separate. But in that household, no more drinking. No more alcohol, no more parties with alcohol, nothing. That is your lot. That is now your life. And that's not going to change. So it's better to get to the point now where you remove that from your life and that you tell yourself, you make that your focus, that's no longer going to be something that's okay. Because now you're dragging her down. Now you're taking her down so that you can do what? You know, if you're saying you just want the taste of beer, then go get an O'Doul's. You know, get a beer without alcohol in it, if that's your concern. But if it's so that you can get a buzz, so that you can get drunk, then you have two issues, not one issue in that house. But ultimately, just like it would be with finances or anything else, you share these things. And you share this with her, Mark. And you stand by her with it. And the only way to do that is to eradicate that. It's not an option anymore in your mind. It's just not. So erase that from your mind and get back to supporting your wife. You are listening to The Jesus Christ Show. To ask your question, dial 800-520-1534.
I'm Jane Yamamoto, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. A former LA Dodgers player, Steve Saxey, has issued a statement saying that his 33-year-old son, who had always dreamed of being a pilot, was among 5 U.S. Marines killed during a training flight crash earlier this week in the California desert. Captain John J. Sachs was among the aircrew of an Osprey aircraft that went down during training in a remote area in Imperial County east of San Diego. Baby formula maker Abbott and the FDA were apparently made aware of the whistleblower about contamination issues at the Sturgis plant in February 2021. ABC's Faith Aubrey says the FDA is looking into deaths from the formula.
The FDA investigated claims that a total of 9 infants died after eating formula produced at that Abbott Sturgis, Michigan plant. And that's the same plant that was forced to shut down for nearly 4 months over contamination concerns. FDA investigators could not link the 2 previously reported deaths to that plant either. So in a statement to ABC News, Abbott underscores that point.
Abbott says based on available information, there is no causal relationship between Abbott's products and the reported deaths. Abbott's formula plant in Sturgis, Michigan issued a recall and shut down in February 2022, 1 year later. Phoenix, Las Vegas, Denver, and California's Death Valley have all posted record temperatures as dangerous heat sweeps over the Southwest. The National Weather Service in Phoenix reported a temperature of 114 degrees on Saturday, tying the record high for the date set back in 1918. Excessive heat warnings and heat advisories remain in effect for parts of Northern California through the Central Valley and down to the southeastern desert. Now taking you out to Torrance, where there's a crash on the 405.
Quickly on the southbound side at Artesia Boulevard, that is blocking the right lane. Due West LA on the 10 eastbound at the 405, that connector road partially blocked by a wreck there. And we do have a crash still working in the industry area. 60 eastbound at Crossroads Parkway, it's still blocking the 2 right lanes. And through Ontario, we have a work zone on the 10 eastbound from 4th Street to Vineyard. The 3 right lanes coned off there till 5 a.m. Monday. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jonathan Weiss.
Use a shutoff nozzle on your garden hose to save water. For water-saving tips, go to bewaterwise.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Sunny and warm in Metro LA and Inland OC. Highs in the low 80s. Sunny and hot in the valleys and Inland Empire. Highs in the valleys in the mid to upper 80s. Highs in the IE in the mid-90s. Beaches, sunny and breezy, highs in the low 70s. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jane Yamamoto.
Want to pay off your 30-year mortgage in a third of the time? Network Capital is offering a low 10-year fixed rate at 3.125% with a 3.41 APR. Take advantage of a lower rate with a third of the payments. If you're looking to lower your interest rate, pay your home off sooner, or pull out some cash, don't miss this opportunity. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again with rates this low. Our 10-year fixed rate is 3.125% with a 3.41 APR. It's not often to get such an amazing second chance to refinance and forget it. That's a 10-year fixed at 3.125% with a 3.41 APR. Network Capital has experts standing by right now to help. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the Financing Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate lock. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
As parents, we've done everything possible to protect our kids from COVID-19, from using hand sanitizers to masking up. But now we have the most important tool, vaccines. They help protect our children and the entire family. And it's okay to have questions. Ask your doctor about the COVID-19 vaccine for your child, or visit vaccinateall58.com to learn more and find a vaccine near you. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
History isn't always boring. In fact, sometimes it can be downright creepy. I'm Aaron Mahnke, the creator and host of Lore, a podcast that gives new life to the darkest stories from history. And this week, we're celebrating our 200th episode. Discover the legendary podcast that gave birth to a TV show and a book series, and unlock the love for the darker side of history in the hearts of millions of people around the world. Listen to Lore today on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
If someone asks, where should we celebrate graduation? Tell them Sizzler. Because you want Sizzler Steakhouse potato skins or shrimp share basket for $5.99 with purchase of an entree or salad bar.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if the prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. Love your results or your money back. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
We know you can't get enough of your favorite flavors. Luckily, Ralph's free pickup makes it easy to grab what you need without any surprise fees. Whether it's extra buns for the barbecue or those chips you just can't quit, start your cart with the Ralph's app. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply, subject to availability.
And now you'll find more ways to save on your favorites. When you download digital coupons, you can use up to 5 times in one transaction. Ralph's, fresh for everyone.
Our 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday, September 24th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Keep listening to win your way there before you can even buy tickets.
On sale Friday, June 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.
But starting June 15th at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, Capital One cardholders can score tickets and other awesome experiences before anyone else for 48 hours only or while supplies last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet?
This is Jacob Emrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station. More stimulating talk.
There's such a sign of love deep in your eyes. You kind of turn to open and close within your eyes. Up towards the sky within your eyes. There's such a cool high beating so fast in sex of your dreams. A love that will last within your heart. I'll place the love within your heart. As the sky
It is the Jesus Christ Show. I am your holy host. Happy to be with you this Sunday as I'm with you every single Sunday right here answering your questions and talking about things that truly matter in life, and of course the afterlife. I encourage you to be bold and brave. Go to the phone with your theology question or life situation question anywhere in the U.S. of A. Dial 800-520-1534. That's 800-520-1534. Rita, welcome to the Jesus Christ Show.
Hi, Jesus.
Hello.
Perplexed by...
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Uh-oh. You said you're perplexed?
By something in the book of Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm understanding correctly, God made Adam the first human on the earth, and then he cloned Eve, the second human on the earth, from his rib, and they had 3 sons, Cain, Abel, and Seth. To populate the earth, Cain slew Abel and then took a wife, and I'm curious to know where the wife came from.
Okay, a couple things. First, cloning probably is not the best word. Eve wasn't a clone. But if you look at the story, if you look a little deeper, and I'll point you to Genesis 5:4, it says that Adam begot sons and daughters. But people kind of pass over that because it doesn't get into the daughters by name specifically at the beginning, because the focus is on the boys, because that's where the problems arise with Cain and Abel.
Right.
So a lot of people, rightly so, it's easy to pass right over that. But in Genesis 5:4, that they're talking about both daughters and sons, that the common theological belief is that Cain married a sister or a niece, because, if you have Adam living 930 years, so says Genesis 5:5, you have a long time to create a long line there. You didn't have the laws of incest at the time. That came in the Levitical laws much, much later. So there wasn't any, and that has to do with the pure nature genetically of the line at that time. The line of humanity was much more pure. It wasn't like now, if you were to have an ancestral relationship, that there would be perversions and pollutants that would come in, and it would change the genetic makeup of the child. But then it wasn't a problem.
Was that Levitical laws, you said?
Yes.
So that is from Leviticus?
No, the Genesis is speaking to the dealing with where Cain got his wife. But when you get into the Levitical laws about incest, what the Bible has to say about incest, Leviticus 18:6, also Leviticus 20:17, then you can get into the concept of incest, and that came much later. So people go, well, gosh, how come it was okay for Cain? Well, it wasn't a part of Scripture. It wasn't a part of the law. It hadn't, it's like saying, and this is going to be a little bit of an obscure analogy, but I'm hoping that it helps you along. Let's say you're going to a ballroom somewhere, and there's a sign outside that says this ballroom max capacity is 1,000 people. Well, if you're within the first 1,000 people, that sign doesn't deal with you at all. It doesn't pertain to you. You're fine. But if you're after the first 1,000 people, then you wouldn't get let in because it's max capacity. So there's a certain amount of lineage that can take place, a certain amount of humanity that can take place where incest was not a problem. Once that was going to become a concern and the planet was populated to a degree that it wasn't needed anymore, then the Father put forth in the Levitical laws the admonition to not, and the commandment to not commit incest. And therefore that became the law, and it was put into place, and no one was crossed that, which is the same place that we stand now. Benjamin, welcome to the Jesus Christ Show.
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning, Jesus.
Hi, Benjamin. What's going on?
Oh, well, last Sunday in my church, my pastor got up and took a turn and basically was teaching the congregation that the Bible was translated many, many times, and it was done so as a way of programming people. In this case, he was saying that it was to program black people during the time of slavery. And then a few people got really angry, and a few people said, well, they said, well, how can you prove this? And he stated that there's been conferences that spell out the programming. And in this case, he said the King Leopold II conference and the Berlin conference.
Okay. If things happen the way you're telling me, and I have no reason to believe otherwise, then yeah, there's a problem. There's a problem because the agenda, that specific of an agenda, becomes quite conspiratorial in its nature, and to me, well then what does this pastor believe? Does he believe anything in Scripture?
Well, someone asked him that too, and he said yes he did. He said that the Bible was based on ancient Egyptian.
Oh boy.
I guess ancient Egyptian was from
mythology, sure. Yeah, a lot of people say that because there's concepts of the Trinity and the virgin birth and Egyptology. Okay, that's not somebody who should be teaching. If everything is as you say, that's not someone who should be teaching, and I would recommend people to run, not walk, to the nearest exit.
Oh, I really thank you so much, because it was quite confusing, especially if you ever read the King Leopold II letter.
Well, some of these things are things that took place historically, but don't necessarily tie into... people have tried to manipulate Scripture for centuries. And that still goes on today. However, the original texts are still what are used to translate. They don't translate from a translation. They go back to the original text in the Hebrew, in the Aramaic, in the Greek, and translate from there. Now, everyone has some sort of agenda and some filter in which things go through. Every single person. I understand that. But to say that that every single translation went through that, or every translation is, programmed just to slavery, is to be very, very youth-centric.
Next is George States. The following features are recorded. Hacker assures the safety and security of his passengers.
Experience driving perfection in the 2011 Acura TL. The luxuriously appointed 2011 TL with the optional 3.7-liter V6 engine generates power ratings of 305 horsepower and is surprisingly fuel efficient.
Sharp character lines combine with a wide stance to create an aggressive yet elegant shape. A rear spoiler is included, providing athletic, sporty flair.
In colder climates, occupants will appreciate the heated front seats, pairing with the climate control to keep the driver and front passenger comfortable. Acura prioritized comfort and style by including a power seat, XM radio, Bluetooth enabled, remote keyless entry, and leather upholstery. The available Acura navigation system features a new display and voice recognition system with continuously updated traffic and weather information. The available Acura navigation system features a new display and voice recognition with continuously updated traffic and weather information.
Premium sound drives 12 speakers, providing you and your passengers a sensational audio experience. The available rear view camera activates when you engage reverse gear to assist when parking. The available super handling all-wheel drive enhances cornering and maneuverability.
The 2011 Acura TL, delivering an all-capable and supremely stylish package.
Doors are for. Hawks. Size. Mm-hmm.